Okay, this is N2LEN with another quick video clip. We're on the bench. It's March 3rd, and it is, I don't know, about 3:30, 3:40 p.m. on a Monday, and we are going to build the right and left channel speaker output jacks for the Anan G2. And we're writing the Anan hardware manual, and you can clearly see what it shows here. External speakers should be wired between speaker positive and speaker negative. Do not connect to ground or the other speaker in a stereo pair. And you could use 4 ohm, 8 ohm, at least 2-watt speakers. So we're looking at a standard 3.5 millimeter stereo jack. You could see them right here. Okay. And if you look at the diagram, you have sleeve, ring, and tip. Let me see if I can get something to point a little bit better. You know, I could use as, just to... Okay, so you have the tip, which is the positive wire for the positive terminal on the speaker. The ring is speaker negative, and the ground is the sleeve, but we do not connect to ground or to the other speaker in a stereo pair. So we want to have 2 jacks. Okay, so let's say this is the right channel and this is the left channel. Okay, and on the back of the Anan G2, let me see if I can get these, if I could actually show you this. On the back of the panel of the G2, you have right speaker and left speaker. See that? So these 2 jacks are going to run to a right speaker and a left speaker. And these speakers are non-powered speakers, because the Anan G2 has a built-in audio amplifier for speaker output, and more than likely it's not line level, it's going to be wattage level. You do not want to run these to powered speakers. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to solder and use, I picked this up at Home Depot, I think it was 18 and change. It's 100 feet of 18 gauge by 2 leads, positive and negative. And we're going to solder, we're going to snip it and solder to the proper pinout soldering points. Okay, we're not going to use the actual sleeve. Okay, and if you don't know, and it's very hard to do this. Give me 1 second. It's so small. My big fingers. The way that this connector is, you have 2 terminals. You have the tip right there, which goes to the tip. And then if you spin around the other side, there's the ring, which is the center, right between the 2 black bands. So we got the ring. Let's see if I can get this in there. Here we go. That's the tip, and here is the ring. So you're going to solder the positive wire, which on regular speaker wire, the positive wire has the white lead on the wire. It's a thin white lead that runs across it. And you could, if you see, I believe this is, I could show you that in another video, but let me go ahead and get this all ready to go. So you're going to just solder it positive and negative. You're going to run the cable first through the plastic housing. This just screws onto the back of the connector. And we're going to get that all set up. And I'll show it to you once it's done. We'll be back. Okay, this is N2LEN with another quick video clip. Let me zoom in on this so you could see how it's soldered. So you see I have the ground going to the tip, and so basically the negative is going to the ring, nothing on the sleeve. I'm gonna put it together for you so you could see what it looks like when it's built, the connector. But that's basically it. Let me see if I could put it down and isolate it so you could actually see it a little bit better. There we go. Let me see if I can zoom in on it now. There you go. Okay, so you have the tip is right here, positive, and the negative is the ring right here. Speaker positive, speaker negative, nothing on the sleeve. Now I'll show you what it actually looks like when we put it together. Because right now we're going to use some electrical tape to insulate it. This is N2LEN. We'll be back. Okay, this is N2LEN with another quick video clip. Now both are insulated. Now we're going to wrap a little tape around the whole thing. We're going to gently squeeze the clamp, but we're not going to actually compress it because we don't want it to ground out. And then we'll put the actual housing back on. We'll be back. Okay, this is N2LEN with the connector completely done. And make sure that you test your continuity between the very tip and the ring, which is in between the two black spades. Remember that the back, which is the shield, does not get any connection. So the tip goes to speaker positive, and the ring, which is in between the two black spades, is your speaker negative. Remember, this was going to plug in. I've already tested the left channel. It works beautifully. And I'm going to go plug this into the right channel and plug it into the speaker. And then we'll make a video and we'll show you how I have it hooked up. I think you'll get a kick out of it. This is N2LEN. Okay, this is N2LEN with a final video clip on building the speaker output wires for the Anan G2. So right now we have the right channel and the left channel hooked up. We made 25-foot length speaker wires out of those plugs, and they feed a older Radio Shack speaker switch box that you could actually see. If I can, let me get in there. I can see if I could zoom in there. There you go. It's a 4-position ABCD switch box. Let me come over here. You could see it. There are the connections. And right there are the right and left channels, positive and negative, plugged in from the Anan, the output of the Anan. And then it's feeding 4 pairs of speakers. And on the walls, I have hanging up there. Let me show it to you in the back. They've been up there for well over 15 years. That's the white speaker is a Radio Shack XTS40. And double-sided stick tape is in the Radio Shack Minimus 7. And it's been hooked up there with the original Radio Shack wall mount. And you can see I also put a wire tie around it when I first stuck them together. And they're on both sides of the room. I also have the 2 pairs of Optimus center channels and their speaker center channels. I have the Pro LX55s by RCA and Radio Shack, and then I have a pair of Pinnacle speakers. So I could switch between any 4 sets of speakers with the Anan. Now remember, all those speakers are non-powered. The Anan has its own built-in audio amplifier, so that speaker output for right and left is wattage level. And you can see I have Thetis hooked up. Let me show you the level. I'm listening to 3873. And I'll get up. I'll show you where we have everything set. So we have the master volume is at 30 and RX1 is at 20. And what I'll do is I'll just bring up the volume level just a little bit. And you could hear, well, it's hard to hear it through the through the iPhone, but
networks and communication. So
let me go ahead and bring this up a little bit.
Your town. Anyway, let me throw it over to you, John. I'm curious what you're running
There we go.
from the transmitter there. Transmitter here is a home-built solid-state transmitter running Class E and running about 400 watts input at the moment. So, and George, you're coming in great. Everybody's coming in well. And John, this is a part of the band where AM can be found between about right here, 3873 up to 3885, and then there's a few other frequencies that are used as well. But this is
so you can hear it, and you're listening at
but you know, AM's everywhere.
10K.
But it's always nice to go where you can be likely to find other people.
Let me lower it.
Right over to you, John. Curious what you're running. K1JAB. I think I got.
Anyway, it sounds phenomenal. I mean, you have to be in the room to listen to it. I love the XTS 40s. I believe there is a 5 1/4 inch polypropylene woofer and a ferrite fluid cooled mid-range tweeter. There you go. You can kindly see it right in there. They sound fantastic. Actually, even the Minimus 7 sound great. But anyway, it works absolutely flawless. I have no hums or anything. So I'm going to put this video together with the building of the audio cables. And just remember that when you're building those audio cables, that you do not utilize the sleeve for ground. No ground is hooked up. Just the tip is speaker positive and the ring is speaker negative. And they run directly to a positive negative terminal on a non-powered speaker. You know, and I'll tell you something. The XTS 40s are just a great communication speaker. And on AM, those polypropylene, it's only a 5 1/4 inch woofer. They sound really nice and fat. They sound like a much bigger woofer. They just do a great job on AM and sideband. So with that said, this is N2LEN saying best 7-3s. Take care, be well, be safe, and enjoy ham radio. N2LEN clear.